Hey folks, so I have a really fun activity for us to be working on today. It's going to be due on Sunday night, midnight. So you really have Friday to work on it and the weekend, maybe a little bit of Thursday if you have the time. So what you're doing in class on Thursday is you're working on coming up with attributes of different colonies, okay? Now we have these three colonial regions. We have the South, we have Middle colonies, and we have the New England colonies. What you're going to be working on is a map that's based off of the activity that you've done in class on Thursday. And what you're going to do is add different characteristics to this map. So I'm going to share a map with you, okay? And what you need to do is you need to click here when you get the map, and you need to make a copy of the map, okay? You click OK, and it actually takes a little bit to load. But what you're going to do is treat it essentially like Google Slides or a Google Doc. It's pretty much the same thing. It's in Google. But what we're going to do is we're going to build on different layers of these characteristics of the different colonies. So you're going to go to the activity that you did on Thursday in class all together, and you're going to use it as a resource. Okay. Now this should have all of the information that you need in it. Okay. Everyone worked hard to complete this, and what you're going to find is that if you go in order here, it's going to be very close to the order that you need to go on this map. So when you go to use the map, what you have is kind of these toggle switches where you can turn off and on different features, okay? Now I've already put in borders, which are rough borders, of the southern colonies, which are here, the middle colonies, and the New England colonies. Now what you need to do is add more layers to this. Okay, so why don't we work with the South? So my hope for us here is that each of you is able to create a map, and the map doesn't need to be entirely accurate, but we're going to drop pins on the map, much like you would see on your phone in GPS, and we're going to do it for different resources and different parts of culture. So we see here we have natural resources and climate. So we have natural resources and climate here. What you need to do is you need to click on this square, and you see how it's going to be blue here. That means you're working in that square. What you can do is you can go up to this toolbar and you can add a marker, okay? So you're going to go to this slide and you're going to learn about the natural resources and climate. So one of the things you're going to learn is that the South has lots and lots of farmland, okay? And so what you're going to say is farmland, okay? Now, you can write a description here, but I think that that's a decent enough, okay? You're going to hit save. Now, this is where you get to have some fun and you get to be creative. What you should do is click down here to more icons, okay? You can search here for icons and you'll see here's a farm. I wonder if they have something like cotton. No, they don't. So let's go with farm, okay? We can click on farm, we hit OK, and then why don't we come up with a fun color for it? Why don't we do red, since a lot of barns are red, okay? Then you can go and close that out. If you want, you could add a picture, okay? So you could add something like this. Here, this is actually something from the middle colonies, but it's a picture of a farm, and you hit save, and then exit out. Now, what about the climate? Now, I don't know if any of you guys have been to the South, but I have, and it is hot, okay? So we want to think about climate. We'll just drop a point. These points can be anywhere. So we're going to write climate hot, humid summers, okay? We'll hit save. We'll search here. We'll search for maybe weather. Nope. Hot. Okay, there, look at that. It's for a hot spring, but it represents heat. Okay, and maybe we'll make that red too. Okay, so we'll do that. So let's go to another slide here, where the settlers were from and why they came to America. Well, you're going to need to do a little bit of research here, okay? But I think you're going to find that many of the settlers are from England. You could put settlers came from England. Okay, and again, you're going to try to come up with something here, an icon that represents this. So maybe we can type in England and see. I don't think anything's coming there, which is too bad. What could we use to represent England? Maybe we can see if there's an island shape. What do we think? England's an island? No? Okay. Well, why don't we just look through here for a second and see if we can come up with something that might represent England. I don't really know. I feel like that's kind of a tough one. We could settle on something that's kind of, I don't know, universal looking maybe. Oh, look, they do have a whole bunch of weather icons, so that'll be good to know. We can just pick something that's pretty plain. Why don't we just go with a point like this, okay? We can drop that. So this is pretty straightforward in what you need to do here. Oh, and why they came to America? Well, most of them came to America to make that cash money, right? So we hit save, we go here, we search. Is there anything that says that's money? Maybe we could find, is there something that represents a bank? Look at that. Dollar bills. Okay, and of course, we're gonna make that green. So what you need to do is you need to go through and add these points, okay, to the map. Now they don't need to be in specific places, they can kind of be anywhere. But the idea here is that when you're done, people can go through, they can click on these, and they can get to know some of the specific things that make each colony different than the other colonies, okay? So when you're talking about why settlers came, when you're talking about the New England colonies, it's not to make money. It's for religious freedom, right? So you might want to put a cross for that, okay? So when you're done, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to click share, okay? And you should be able to submit this to Google Docs. Now, if it doesn't work for you, to Echo, if it doesn't work, you can just copy the link and submit that in the Echo assignment, okay? Thanks, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.